I'm going to keep this brief because we're going to be jumping into content this week and next week. So this is what we're covering for the year. These are just general questions, and we'll dive more into those later. You will be evaluated by your writing skills this year. We are moving away from having large exams where you're taking multiple choice tests. So it's more of a reflection and writing and historical thinking that we are evaluating this year. All right, I put your schedule on there just in case you're still unsure of how it works. The thing to note is if you are a DLA student, I'm going to try to meet with you guys on Wednesdays since hybrid kids don't come to school that day. That really is the time that I can work with you. So have Wednesday on your calendar if you are a Distance Learning Academy student. Okay, some classroom learning expectations. I will be going over these at the end of this video because I don't want to bog down too much information. If you are online learning, actually this applies to everybody, both DLA and hybrid students. You should be checking your calendar each week and log in for daily updates. If you are doing a Google Meet, which is actually required for DLA, please show your face. You can wear a mask if that makes you feel more comfortable, but you're taking responsibility for your learning by being present, even if it's an online learning environment. Now, if you have a situation where your household is just chaotic and you're really uncomfortable showing that, to me or to in a Google Hangout, just let me know. The key here is communication. As long as you're communicating your concerns ahead of time and not just like ghosting me or not showing up, that will all smooth over and be fine. So be responsible. Let me know things ahead of time so that we can work it out. All right, some required materials. If you're coming into class, make sure that you have pencil, pen. All of your things should be yours. We're not going to be sharing pens or pencils. We aren't requiring notebooks this year. Mostly things are going to be digital, which means make sure your iPad is charged. I do have one extension cord that can work with a charger, but your iPads are going to be pretty tired after having so many classes to be worked on. So, grading policy. The grading policy, or the grading scale, follows all the other classes where 50% is considered an F. That's the only different thing this year. We're not giving passes as of right now. It's not going to look like last spring. We're going to be going with letter grades. Assignments and tests will be given total points. So it's easier to see your grade just because it's, 1 point is 1 point. However, final assessments will always be given more points since they're demonstrating the learning from the unit. Okay, late work policy. Assignments should be turned in on the day they're due. I'm going to be checking grades on Sundays and usually Wednesdays. So just know that. And if you turn something in late, it could be penalized up to 50%. If it happens like once and you let me know ahead of time, I'm probably going to be flexible and not take off points. But if, again, you're just turning in assignments late with no explanation, it could be penalized up to 50%. Okay, cheating and plagiarism. Now this is a big one, and I want to first define cheating because sometimes students say that they're unsure about what's cheating, what's not cheating. Okay, cheating is defined as submitting assignments that are written or completely or entirely or in part by others. So basically, let's say you work with your best friend on an assignment, even if they're in another class. You should make sure that you have slightly different worded answers. Most of the assignments we're doing are written. So if your reflection is word for word the same as your partner's or your friend's, I'm going to notice that. We also might be using Turnitin.com, and the computer will also flag that. So make sure that you are writing things in your own words, regardless of if you've worked with someone and you like had the same ideas or something. Always word it differently. Okay. Also, if you are giving an assignment for someone else to copy, you are also offending the cheating policy. So if someone says, "Can I borrow your assignment and I'll give it back to you?" Okay, and they take pictures of it and they copy it. Okay, you are also now liable to get a penalty from cheating. Okay, so a couple tips for successful online learning in class. I'm just going to boil this down to, communicate with me, and then checking in, okay? If you follow the calendar, you should be good to go. Always see if you can find someone else in the class to buddy up with you can run things by them if you're unsure. So try to find maybe 2 people. So 2 before me, meaning you go check with 2 other people before you ask me a question. I will be bombarded by lots of Schoology messages throughout the day, and different than in the spring, I will be teaching during that time. So if you want a question answered, you're probably going to get it answered quicker if you ask a classmate before you ask me. Now, your classmate might not know, but just know that's probably a good practice to have before you ask me. So, okay, and then the last part is just be calm. Okay, you've got this. I'm not going to expect that you are an expert in this. There's going to be issues. I know that, and it's going to be okay. Okay, I'm a pretty flexible person as a teacher, and if you want to work with me and figure this out together, you've got this. Okay, I'm not going to be super strict about, oh my gosh, your Wi-Fi is not working. So, again, communicate and things will probably go smoothly. All right, so please continue watching this video if you are working in the classroom, and I will go over some things. If you are a DLA student, you can stop watching this video now. Okay, see you later. Hi guys, welcome to the classroom. I'm going to be taking off my mask because it's only me in here. But I wanted to show those that are doing a classroom hybrid experience what the classroom looks like and some things to expect if you are watching this for the first time. All right, well, first thing you can expect is when you walk in the room, I'm going to be handing you a paper towel, and then I will have already sprayed the desks down, and you are to just wipe your desk down so that all the germs are gone. And then you can throw away in the trash can your paper towel. Other things you can expect when you walk in, if you want to take a mint, I've got tons of them. I know that the mask can get maybe kind of smelly after several days. Make sure you're washing them, but if you want to grab a mint, you can just pop it in your mouth. But other than that, no food or drink is allowed. I think water is still okay, but it's recommended using a straw so you don't have to take off your mask. Masks are required at all times. Zac Efron is wearing a mask, and please be wearing it correctly. You want to make sure that your mask is covering your nose and mouth at all times. If masks give you a headache, there's something called a gaiter that you can wear that doesn't have ear straps to give you a headache, so feel free to use that. Some other things you can expect when you walk in, I've got placemats for where you won't be sitting. All the seats are assigned. We've got Chadwick Boseman here. We've got Jim and Pam. So you'll find maybe a celebrity that is sitting next to you at your desk. I also highly recommend wearing layers or bringing a jacket because it can get really cold in some of these classrooms. I know after lunch my classroom gets like down in the mid-60s, so FYI, bring a jacket. Please bring your device fully charged. I know that we're going to be using electronic devices a lot more than usual. I used to have students turn in assignments here. We're not going to be using a lot of paper. We might use it sometimes and then recycle it, but please bring your stuff, your iPads charged every day. If you need a charger, I've got the world's longest extension cord that reaches anywhere in the room. So, but it's always recommended to bring your own. One last thing, if you're going to be using the bathroom, you're going to be filling out a Google form so that I can keep track of who has gone where. You will be ask me first, of course, and I will only allow one student at a time. That's kind of a school-wide policy. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the classroom. Bye.